If there's one red flag that women tend to overlook when looking for a man, it is this. You should not trust a man if his room is not clean. I will tell you all about it in this video. Hi, welcome to Dad on Lapel. My name is Henry, and my goal is to help men become gentlemen by teaching them to dress with confidence and maturity, to inspire responsibility and discipline, and to lead with purpose and integrity in a world that needs their best. This is Chapter 2, Never Trust a Man Who Does Not Clean His Room. So let's get straight into it. Based on observation, and let's be honest, women generally care more about cleanliness than men. Now, that does not say that every man is messy and every woman is tidy. So we're talking about trends, not absolutes. But it begs the question, why do so many men struggle with cleanliness? Is it laziness? Is it lack of priority? What is really going on here? I came across this Reddit post recently, I'll link it in the description, that tackled this exact issue. The discussion was about why men often seem to care less about keeping their personal spaces clean, and the answers were kind of enlightening. You might recognize some of these patterns if you're a man watching this, or if you're a woman, I'm sure you've seen it too. So let's go ahead and unpack this. In the subreddit about hygiene, why do men tend to struggle with cleanliness more than women? In my personal experience, conversations with many others, as well as posts on subreddits like Breaking Mom, Marriage, etc., I'm generally wondering why some men, seemingly a higher percentage than women, are okay with their bodies and their environments being unhygienic. I truly think that understanding their mindset will help lessen the resentment. I understand that most of the time, they probably don't notice, but even after you bring it to their attention, piss remains on the toilet seat, floors are dirty if you don't tend to them, etc., etc., etc. Note, there are, of course, sloppy, unhygienic, gross women. I am simply wondering from a macro level, why don't they pull their weight in personal and environmental, i.e. house, workspace hygiene? There were some comments here that pushed home this topic. One commenter had this to say, anecdotally, from mostly having lived with male flatmates over the years, I've noticed this strange and common phenomenon where a lot of guys seem to think that if they're off the clock, they're in leisure time, like pure recreation time, and seem to neglect life, personal responsibilities as much as possible. They're not thinking about what they're making for dinner, what they got a few bits to do, etc. Everything is left to the last possible second. Shopping not done till the fridge is barren, laundry isn't done till there are no boxers left, the room isn't clean until a hookup comes over. They just seem to want to sit like a child, like their preferred form of rotting in front of a screen until they fall asleep. Obviously, not all men. Just a common observation. I'm curious where it comes from. And I think many of you can relate to this. Many of the younger men may even be in this situation as well. So let's go ahead and discuss this comment. First, this off the clock equals leisure only mindset stems from societal norms. Many men are socialized to associate their values and their work to productivity outside the home. So when they're off duty, they tend to compartmentalize and switch into a total rest mode rather than actively maintaining their personal space. And I understand that a hard day's work warrants a good rest, but there is also a difference between rest and neglect, especially if you're living with roommates. A possible solution to this is to be the one to set a cleaning schedule and have them understand that to have good harmony as roommates, rules need to be established. And of course, this is for shared spaces. I understand that shared spaces like the kitchen and the living room may get dirty over time, but with a schedule, you can be sure that they will be cleaned at least once a week. As it comes to your room, this is one thing of yours that you will have control over, so keep it clean. Another factor is the lack of early life skills training. In some households, men might not have been taught or expected to contribute consistently to household maintenance. If chores were seen as secondary or less necessary growing up, this habit can carry on to adulthood. Sometimes men don't seem to do their fair share of cleaning because they still live with their parents. And this is not to knock on anyone down by still living with their parents at times because they're at school or even struggling. I completely understand, and I don't know about everyone's life, but I do know this. I know that your mom would appreciate it if you helped her with the dishes, and I know that your father would appreciate it if you took out the trash as well. And I do know that you will make their lives a little bit better by cleaning up the floors and after yourself. I guarantee that will make your parents that much happier. On the same topic, here's another comment from another Redditor. Because cleaning and cleanliness are associated with femininity, a lot of men think they aren't taught and raised to be as audacious about cleaning up after themselves, which means they don't have those habits. as adults. I also think it's really easy in a relationship, if not being mindful, to fall into gender norms you may have seen in your parents or TV, which is often the women cleaning. There are, of course, always people that are lazy regardless of gender. And if you're a man married to a woman that cares about cleanliness and you're lazy, there's not much incentive to put in the hard work to both develop new habits regularly cleaning if you know your partner is going to clean it up anyway, until she comes to her senses and leaves you because you're not willing to put in the work to be a good partner. So let's be clear, cleaning is not feminine, it's about being responsible. In fact, cleanliness has been associated with discipline, respect, and professionalism in countless contexts that have nothing to do with gender. For example, in the military, keeping our spaces clean isn't optional, and it's a requirement. We were expected to maintain spotless quarters, cleaning our equipment, and upholding high standards of personal hygiene. Why? Because cleanliness reflects discipline, attention to detail, and self-respect. It's about showing pride in your surroundings and understanding that a clean environment leads to a better performance, mentally and physically. So I used to hate field day in the Marines. It was a day where we would have to clean our rooms spotless on Thursdays and would have inspections conducted by our seniors. If my corporal or sergeant found that there was a speck of dust not clean somewhere in the restroom or anywhere else, guess what happens? He would mess up the room to make it more chaotic for us to clean. Sometimes our beds would get flipped and, well, we would have to make our beds all over again. To be honest, I really hated this as a young PFC or Lance Corporal, but as I moved up the ranks, I understood why they did. And I thank them for instilling that discipline in me. Because really, cleaning is completely in my control, my space, and in my mind. This mindset isn't limited to the military, it applies to everyday life too. Cleaning isn't just about the simple act of cleaning. It's a practice that fosters organization, reduces stress, and demonstrates accountability. So when men embrace cleaning as a standard and valuable part of life, they reject outdated stereotypes and show that they value their space and the people that they share it with. So to be an adult, you must learn to care for your personal space. As much as I would like men to dress up and make themselves presentable to the world, it is a little bit harder for them to do, especially if their room isn't clean and their beds are not made. Why? Because this speaks about their character. Suppose you saw two rooms right now, one clean room and one dirty room. And let's enter to the clean room. There you see that the bed is made and no dirty clothes are on the floor. It smells clean and the toilet and showers are also clean. What would you call this place? I personally would call it the place livable, and I hope you would think so as well. Now let's enter the dirty room. There you see a bed that's not made, bed sheets that have been not washed for months, and clothes that are all over the floor. Perhaps the man will wear it out again without washing it when he can to save some time. The place smells like old takeout and has mold already growing, and his toilet is stained and starting to yellow. I would call this an unlivable situation. So for all the ladies watching, who do you think you would trust more? Would you trust a man with a clean room or a dirty room? I hope that you understand why now. It does send a message about what a man is based on his living condition. It subconsciously tells you that this person can be trusted or not with many things. And some of you may think that this is not a big issue, but if you happen to enter into a relationship with a man who is not a cleaner and maintainer of his own place, that's okay, but you must accept that this man will not wash the dishes, pick up the laundry, and may leave piss stains on the toilet for you to clean. Ladies, I hope this is not the man that you want to be with, and you should not accept that. Gentlemen, I hope this paints a clear picture, and I hope you are on the side of cleaning up your personal space. If you're on the dirtier side, go ahead and make small changes to improve your quality of life. And please know that me making this video is not an attack on your character, but I genuinely believe that you can make the best man you can be, and I believe you are meant for more in this world than to cruise by. There are many things in our lives that we can't control, and sometimes we might just have a bad day. Sometimes paying the bills might be stressful. We got to dig into that emergency fund, flat tire, who knows what'll happen. But coming home at the end of the day with clean space is wonderful. It's wonderful, and it could be even beautiful because you made your sanctuary clean. It was done by you, so for that you should take it easy on yourself and give yourself a pat on the back. I know that some of our lives are hard as it is right now, and it may be hard to find some time to clean. Still, I have a quote from a book, Make Your Bed by Admiral William H. McRaven, a retired United States Navy 4-star admiral, that I hope would resonate with what I'm trying to communicate. Making my bed correctly was not going to be an opportunity for praise. It was expected of me. It was my first task of the day, and doing it right was important. It demonstrated my discipline, it showed my attention to detail, and at the end of the day, it would be a reminder that I had done something well, something to be proud of, no matter how small the task. I hope that this quote resonates with you. The reason why I'm making these videos is to hope that one day you can not only look the part, but also live the part of a gentleman. To live the life that we strive to make ourselves better. Of course, I could just give advice on how to dress better, what shoes to buy, what ties to get, what clothes to wear, but it's not the clothes that define you. It's first your character and your actions, and I firmly believe that these small things that you do will improve your life, and you will naturally help you dress better too. Style is a journey, just like life, so let's enjoy the process. So I appreciate you tuning into this video. I hope you found the content helpful. Hit the subscribe button and keep updated on my uploads, and comment down below. So what are your thoughts? If you missed the previous chapter, I will provide the link in the description. And with that, I will see you in the next chapter. Take care of yourself.